Okay, I'm going to show you how to play the game called Yaniv. If I'm pronouncing that right, it's an Israeli game. And this is what you're going to need. You're going to need, for 2 to 3 players, deck of standard playing cards. I have B playing cards today. And these are actually casino cards from Paula Casino in Southern California. If you haven't been, you really need to get off your ass and go to the buffet, that is. Alrighty, so what you're going to do is decide who's going to be dealer. Deal out 5 cards to each player. And which I've already done. Let's see what my hand looks like. The purpose of Yaniv is to have the lowest score. So you deal out 5 cards. So you have your deck with standard deck with 2 jokers. Jokers are wild. They are worth no points. The number cards are worth exactly what they say they are. And picture cards are worth 10 points. So right here, I need to get rid of some of these cards because I want to have the lowest points, because that's how you win the game. And right here I have a straight. Right here I have 6, 7, 8. So, it being my turn, I would play those in this card pile. And, so I got rid of those. Now, no matter how many cards you get rid of, which for a straight, they all have to be the same suit, and it has to be 3 or more. For a identical card, like if you were to toss 2 kings or 3 kings, it has to be the same. Does not have to be the same suit. At the beginning of your turn, you can throw 1 card just to get rid of, or you can play a straight or a pair. So in this case, I played my straight, and I get to draw a card. I can draw from either the deck or from here. I'll explain this in a little bit. But right now I'm just going to draw from the deck. So that got a jack of clubs right there. Let's see what my opponent has. Alrighty. Well, opponent doesn't really have much of anything. Can't make a straight with any of these. And there are no pairs or 3 of a kinds of any kind. A straight has to be at least 3. Alright, so what I'm going to do is simply just burn a card. And I think I'm going to burn this 9. So I discard this. Now, I get to draw a card. Now I'm going to draw from the discard pile. Now, I don't get draw this again. You can only draw from discard pile from the previous player. Now, when you draw from discard pile, you can only take the top card of the straight or the bottom card, so the beginning or end of the straight. I can't take this 7. When you lay down straights, they have to be in order. So when you place them down, do it as I did, in order with 6, 7, 8. So that means that I can't get that 7. Simply can't be done. So, but I'm going to discard that and take this 6, which makes me a pair of 6. So on my next turn for this player, he can get rid of these and put them in the discard pile once his turn again. But that ends my turn for that. So the point of to play is trying to have the least amount of scoring. You're trying to go out. How you go out is to have the least amount of points. And generally it's 5 or less points that you want to have in your hand. And if you believe you have that many, you yell, call Yaniv, and you're out of the game. And then you decide out how many points. Now let's say I didn't have these, and he didn't have these. Alright, so that's my opponent's hand, which these two being worth 10 would be 20 points, and a joker's was 0. So that's definitely less than 5. So when it's my turn, before I do anything else, before I discard or draw, I'm going to call Yaniv, and which means I believe I have 5 or less points, and everybody reveals their hands. And if you actually have less than 5 points, as I do, I get no points. Even if I were to have 5 or less points, I would not get those points. I would still get 0. My opponents, on the other hand, would get whatever the hands are worth. So this player right here would get 20 points. So, and usually, if you want, you can set a point limit, I guess you could say. So when you reach 200 points, that player is knocked out of the game. Now let's say, alrighty, sorry about that. I had to set up for my next example. Alright, now let's say I have nothing but this 3. So I do have some points, but I have less than 5. And I call Yaniv. Now let's say, when we view our hands, I'm not the one with the least amount of points. Let's see what my opponent has. They have a joker. That's 0 points. That is less than my 3. What happens is, I get 30 penalty points, and whatever my hand would be. So I would get 33 points, and my opponent would get whatever their hands were actually worth. In this case of this opponent, they would get no points. So it works out good for him. And you just keep on playing until you knock all the players out. If you set a point limit, 200 is the usual point limit, and or you can just keep on going and playing for fun. If you reach the bottom of the deck and you run out of cards, what you do is you take this card pile, shuffle it back up, except for the last player to discard something. You leave those cards there. So you would take just the cards underneath that and shuffle it back in, and you would continue to play until someone goes out. So this is a pretty fun game. I'll have some links in the description, and enjoy.